everyone, welcome to the channel. This is your Govindraj. Thank you very much for watching my previous videos and also sharing it to your contacts. Today we are going to talk about this how to estimate your dues for your higher pension option. Recently, the EPFO has actually extended the last date for your higher pension option to 26th June 2023. So you have time until 26 June 2023 to make your decision and apply for higher pension option if you are eligible. And on this topic, I have already made a lot of videos, including the pros and cons, all those things, and you can watch those previous videos for full clarity. But this video, we are going to talk about this how to estimate your dues for higher pension, because if at all you are going to opt for a higher pension, you have to contribute the EPS at 8.33% on the actual PF wages, in addition to other 1.16% along with the interest. So this was one of the questions which was being asked to every expert and to EPFO, how to estimate your dues from your date of joining, especially from 1995 onwards, because the EPS scheme rolled out in November 1995 until today. After that, the moment you opt for it and the EPFO accepts it, then your contribution will be on higher wages or the EPFO actual wages. And this question was answered by many professionals and also experts, but recently the EPFO has come up with an Excel tool to calculate yourself. It is very simple tool and easy to understand also. So we are going to check these options, and in addition to that, EPFO also came up with FAQs on higher pension option. So let's see these two important updates, friends, in this video. So I'm going to this portal, EPFO UAN portal, and if you go here, there is a option is available, pension on higher salary, exercise of joint option. This, if you click this, you have important links. So one is calculator for estimating due for higher pension option or pension on higher wages, and then frequently asked questions. So let's see, the first one is the higher pension FAQs. Now if you look at this FAQs, basically they are going to talk about certain what do you say, the errors which you get while applying, but these are not very important for this discussion. But important is three things are important. Suppose you have applied, you want to delete it, your option, it is possible now. You can use the same credentials and login, and then there is an option for you to delete. And before 26 June you can also reapply or make your fresh application. So this is what point 7 or the FAQ 7 is going to discuss. And the FAQ 8 is, suppose the employer has rejected your application, then it is possible for you also to approach the EPFO before taking a decision. EPFO is going to give you an opportunity to explain for both the parties. Now the last one is, as I told you, this is the question which was being asked very frequently, because not everyone can easily calculate their dues to come to a conclusion whether to opt for higher pension or not. So now there is an Excel tool is available. I'm going to show you this Excel tool, how this is going to work. Now this is the Excel which I downloaded. Now let's see how does this work. See, it has got 5 Excel sheets or Excel spreadsheets. The first sheet is basically tells you to input your wages. This is the column E, if you can see here, to input your EPF wages. So you have to know on what wages your EPF has been contributed, not the EPS, friends. You have to remember the EPF, not the EPS contribution or the EPS wages, the EPF wages on which your PF contribution has been made. Now they were given an option from November 1995 onwards. You can input your EPF wages. So for this example, since I have got an example from April 2014, I have input certain EPF wages, just to make sure that how does this work. Now importance of this spreadsheet is only wage entry. There is nothing required for you to do. Just enter your EPF wages month on month from your date of joining or from 1995 November onwards, whichever is earlier, and until today, because here they have given you up to the month of February 2023. So after that they are going to also adjust your dues, because we are already in May, fag end of May. So now it is important for you only to input your EPF wages on which the EPF contribution has been made until February 2023. Now let's see the second sheet. This sheet is basically gives you the calculation of 8.33%. Now, in the previous videos, I have told you that the EPS contribution, though your EPF wages is more than the ceiling, the EPS contribution only gone on your ceiling wages, which is 6,500 before 2014, and after 2014 it was 15,000, and much before it was 5,000 also. Now from April 2014 onwards, in this example I have given, your example may be different, you must have joined from November 1985 also. So but this example I have taken from April 2014, where the wage has been actually coming from the first sheet. Now the contribution here is, if you look at, the important for us is what is the contribution is required to be paid. This is 2382 is what is required to be paid, but what is paid is 541. Now if you look at column I, they are going to give you the difference contribution which you are required to pay. That is 1841 is you are required to pay, because 8.33 on your actual wages works out 2382, and which is already paid was 541. The difference is 841. Now why they have given this template? This is also important for the calculation of interest. So far the EPFO has given you interest on all your contribution, but when the contributions are getting shifted, the interest also has to be equally calculated and shifted back to the EPS account. Now for the interest calculation, very importantly, the cumulative balance is required. Now in this case, April 2014 was 1841, whereas you don't earn any interest for that month, and since it calculates on a running balance, you have to take the cumulative balance. And it's very interesting also to see how they have calculated the interest. Now if you see, every month there is a cumulative balance is arrived. So this is basically the cumulative balance is, now the last month is taken for the next month, and those contribution and the cumulative balance of the last month is taken for the next month. So this is how they have arrived the cumulative balance. Now importantly, this is what is the cumulative, and they totaled all the cumulative balance for that year. Now how do they calculate the interest? See, for this year 2014, 13 and 14, the interest was 8.75%. Now the interest is arrived at 1683 rupees. How this has been arrived? Now very simple calculation. Now they have the cumulative balance, the total of the cumulative balance, then the interest is 8.75%. Now the cumulative balance into the interest percentage divided by 12. Here they have shown 1200, but if you do the cumulative balance total and into the interest percentage divided by 12, it will give you exact interest which needs to be transferred on the higher contribution. So this is the the difference contribution they have calculated. On that, what is the interest applicable for that year, they are going to transfer it to EPS account. Now if you see here, this is the year contribution, whereas this one is the closing balance for that year, which will be taken for the next year as a closing balance. Now in this, what will come is the yearly difference contribution plus the interest is actually getting captured here. And in the same way, for every year they are going to arrive at it, the cumulative balance total and the interest percentage and the interest total for that year, and also what is the closing balance which is going to get transferred to the next year. So the same way they have calculated for every year. Your job is only to enter the EPF wages, and the rest of the things it is going to calculate on its own. Now they have also given you summary at the end of this period how much you are required to transfer this difference contribution. So in this case, if you see here, from 90, 95, 96 onward, this contribution is not there, therefore it is showing 0. But whereas from 2015 14 onwards, there is a contribution. So therefore the total amount which is to be contributed on yearly basis, the difference contribution, it is being shown here. Now as per this 19 lakhs something, this person is required to contribute or transfer transferred to EPS account. Now not only this, because since for the last year the interest is not being credited, so therefore if the interest is paid by 34 2023, what will get added as an interest? So every month until September 2023, they have calculated the interest, and ultimately 19,84,000 as a difference contribution along with the interest you are required to contribute. Now importantly, another sheet is important is, I have told you in the previous videos that from 2014 onwards, the 1.16% additional contribution which was being paid by the government for entire wages, from 2014 onwards they restricted to 15,000 rupees, and if your wages is more than 15,000 rupees, on exceeding wages of 15,000, whatever the contribution is there, on that 1.16% you are required to contribute. And this is also the same formula they have used. Now if you look at in this September 2014, his contribution was, and this is from 1/9/2014 only, so therefore this additional contribution will be the burden in your hands from September 2014 onwards. So in this example, the contribution, the wages was 66,000, so the contribution on entire wages was 766 rupees, but whereas the government is only giving you up to 1.16% up to 15,000 rupees, that is 174, and the difference 592 is going to get transferred from your employer contribution to EPS account. So therefore this contribution they have calculated from that time to till today, and here also they are required to arrive at cumulative balance, because they have to calculate the interest on that also. If the money is already there from 2014, they would have earned the interest, but this interest is also being calculated on whatever the PF declared interest, so same percentage and the same logic on a cumulative balance, so they calculate. So therefore the yearly the difference contribution which was supposed to be paid and the interest which was calculated, which I told you in the same formula, so 3617 rupees is required to be transferred for that year. So the same way they have arrived until today, that is February 2023. And the last column which gives you a summary. Now if you see for every year what is the difference contribution, so the 1.16% contribution difference itself is 2.59 lakhs, and the interest of course for the last year interest is declared but not credited to the account. So therefore that difference up to 39/2023 is going to calculate, and in the same way 2.7 lakhs, it's 2,70,000 rupees for this example is going to come. Now if you look at both the 8.33 difference contribution and 1.16% difference contribution, so this is going to work out 22,55,000 rupees. So very precisely, and now this is what makes you to decide whether you have to opt for a higher pension or not. Now if in a simple formula, if you what you are contributing, if you take around 6% interest and an annual and monthly, this is going to give you this certain indication whether you have to go for a higher pension or not. Now let me also tell you friends, the EPFO has still not come back with the formula for calculation of higher pension. So this is very important parameter which needs to be considered. Though in the previous circulars, EPFO has said the method of computation of pension is going to be explained in the next videos, in the next circulars, but so far it has not come. Now what you are thinking is, in 2014, before the EPF or the EPS higher pension calculation was 60 months average for 12 months, but after that it was made to 60 months, and there is a pro rata calculations. All those things are there. In 2014 and before, it was very important and interesting to go for a higher pension, but today the things have changed. So therefore you have to keep all these things in your mind and take a conscious decision before you go out for a higher pension. Thank you very much friends for watching this video, and I will come back to you with new videos and with new information on this channel. Stay tuned and see you soon friends.